Hello, Robotics Notes fans. Why is it? Oh, there it is. Music got really quiet on OBS for some reason. Happy February 22nd. It is 1:55 a.m. Back to my good old terrible timing. I don't have class today. For entirely separate reasons. Both of my classes today are off. So, I will be recording this at terrible usual times. Hooray! That being said, let's load the data. Kai. Kai. I hear a voice calling to me. I can just barely see something in the darkness. Legs. Legs wearing a white hug. For some reason, everything from their waist up is shrouded in darkness. Silhouette is hard to make out. I know it's Mizuki-san, but I can't see her face. Why didn't you save me? I was right in front of you. How could you be so cold? Why did you abandon me? I tried to save you, but I couldn't. There was nothing I could do by myself. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I couldn't save you. Deep within my heart, I cry. I cry and apologize over and over again. Then the figure wearing the hug vanishes. She suddenly disappears from my sight. Just like how it happened before. I can still clearly remember Mizuki-san's unmoving form below the cliff. When the accident happened, when I saw Mizuki-san's final moments, I realized something. All the news I saw on TV and on the net about solar disturbances hitting Tokyo and other countries, the rampaging hugs, I had thought it all to be someone else's problem. I was convinced that the flames would never reach me, but I was wrong. I realized that I'd been naive. Tanegashima is a part of Tokyo and the rest of the world. It's not someone else's problem. It's not a story inside a video game. It's all part of reality. I told you. In place of Mizuki-san's hug, I hear another voice from the depths of the darkness. That if you dug any further, you'd regret it. Stop. So, was I right? Please just stop. This happened because you didn't listen to me. Kai? When I open my eyes, I'm back in the hotel room. I'm breathing heavily. My whole body is soaked in sweat. My heart is pounding, and I'm worried that I'll have an attack. Kai, are you okay? Akio was sleeping next to me in the dark room. She gives me a worried look. Oh man, I'm yawning a lot this one. It was all just a dream. I take a deep breath. I had a real bad dream. But maybe that's how I truly feel somewhere deep down. As much as it pains me to admit, I'm growing suspicious of her. Just that thought alone makes my heart feel like it's being torn open. I feel nauseous. Both my body and mind are trying to deny this truth as vehemently as possible. Yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. Ever since we started staying here, you've been having nightmares. Seriously? I had no idea. Akio grabs my arm tightly. She presses her forehead against my neck. I can feel her breathing in warmth against my skin. Kai, you always act so frivolously. You barely ever show what you're really thinking. When you're hurting, you need to say so. Do you know how much you've helped me by listening to my complaints and problems? What about you? Have you been able to release your stress? You don't need to worry about this. I want you to vent to me. If you're hurting, I want to help. I don't know if I'll be of much use, but even still. Alright. Well, I don't think I'm getting back to sleep tonight. Could you hang with me? Of course. I've got you covered. Akio jumps up from bed and grabs her phone droid. She begins fiddling with it. I have the perfect all-nighter solution. Plus, it'll get you hyped too. 2 birds with 1 stone. There's only one thing that could get Akio so excited. Don't tell me. You know what's coming. Akio turns her phone droid screen to me. The gun barrel's anime opening starts playing. An all-night marathon. Why am I not surprised? Hee-ho. To tell you the truth, I've been too excited to sleep. So let's watch it together. Yeah, fine, okay. Just don't make too much noise. It's late at night, so everyone will hear. If only we had some snacks and stuff. But I'll get plump if I eat this late. Self-restraint, go! Akio happily sits up in bed right next to me. We sit shoulder to shoulder, our legs sprawled out. Doesn't really make sense for the two of us to try and watch on a single tiny phone droid screen. Oh, since we can't watch it all in one day, let's just watch Season 2. Everyone considers it a masterpiece. But I'm still not sure we'll make it all the way through in one night. Kai, do you remember what happened in Season 1? Nope, not at all. Jeez, you're hopeless. How many times have I shown it to you? Okay, let me give you the rundown. Akio's lively voice slowly dissipates in the dark, murky feeling that had built up. In my chest. I'm starting to calm down again. Guess everyone's got to release some stress every once in a while. That tension begins to leave my body. I breathe a sigh of relief and lean up against Akio's shoulder. Kai? Do I smell real gross? Aki, sniff report. Smell analysis. You're fine. Go ahead and continue your explanation. Okay. So I listen to Akio's voice. I close my eyes. If we stay up all night, will we be okay tomorrow? We gotta watch out for those pesky attacks of ours after all. Well, I'm sure things will work out. Right now, I just feel like listening to Akio's voice like this for a while.
Hello from the Expo Arena in Odaiba, Tokyo. Take a look at this long line. There's so many people. You may want to ask what exactly is happening here today. Tokyo Expo 2020 Dream Creation Expo begins today.
In November last year, the Kanto region was hit by a disturbance and suffered enormous damage. The expo was on the verge of The Aqualiner is open for service between my first run is already full. Oh, what's the highlight of the expo location in Odaiba, you ask? That would of course be the massive robots. There's a reason why the Tokyo Expo is commonly known as the Robot Expo. Right now, this arena is filled with giant bipedal robots beginning development competitively worldwide. A dream collaboration, a festival of giant robots. You'll feel like you've stepped into the world of anime. Oops. Ah, there's the fanfare. Just now, the fanfare to signal the expo opening has started to sound out through the venue. And look there, accompanied by a round of applause, the entry gate is opened. Guests are crowding in. Tokyo Expo 2020 has officially begun. Just like on the news, guests begin to flood into the arena. Our booth is on the edge of the building, so most of the crowd is yet to get to our end. I see parents and children and couples and groups of men pass along the aisle in front of me. Everyone is stunned. They're all looking upward. Other robots have already started their performances. The various exhibits each have a pretty large chunk of space. Each booth is about 30 square meters. Exhibitors are free to perform however they like. That said, dangerous materials and fire are prohibited. From our booth, I can see the other exhibitors' robots walking, moving their limbs, transforming, and dancing. They serve to remind me of the gap between us. The stuff the pros paid for and made are on another level. The guests who came to visit are enjoying themselves while watching said performances. But sadly, we don't have a single guest hanging out around our booth. A handful of people walking by us do, however, stop to remark on our robot.
What's that? It's so ugly. Maybe it's for industrial use. It's not moving at all. Is it already malfunctioning on day one?
Maybe it's not designed to move. I can already hear people talking trash. It's true that our booth, robot included, is pretty simple and janky. It's not elaborately designed like the bigger, more expensive exhibits. Oh man. Big yawning all the time. We have one long table by the aisle. On top are Gun Barrel production journal booklets detailing the club's history. It contains behind-the-scenes shots from Gun Barrel's creation. It's fairly simple, reflecting that we're rookies. We can't use our club's real name, so we entered the expo as the Tanegashima Robot Club. This means we can't even brag about our link to Misa Ne or our wins at Robo 1. Our robot is the only thing we can use to compete. Yet. Model 2 remains crouched inside of the booth. That's weird. It moved fine yesterday. I don't know what's going on. I'm super tired all of a sudden. Can't you do anything about this? Uncle, take a chill pill. Young lady, I can offer up to 100,000 yen to fix it. Guests have been flooding into the building, but Model 2 remains offline. At this point, we've come up with multiple reasons as to why that might be the case. One possibility is that the compact laser transmission gun is malfunctioning. After all, it's something we borrowed. Not even Akio knows how the gun works. When she tried shooting the laser at Model 2's antenna, she said it felt like the laser output was weaker than before. Akio's been holding the gun at eye level, inspecting it. Sadly, that's not enough to figure out what's wrong. Want to try taking it apart? Don't do that. You know how this goes. You'll end up not able to put it back together again, completely breaking it. Why are things going wrong right from the start? You big jerk. Aki-chan, cool your jets. Have you tried contacting the person who made it? I did. They're gonna call me back. Then just tell them what the deal is and figure out a plan. Anyways, we can't do anything about the gun right now. So let's check for other reasons why Model 2 isn't working. Other reasons. Come on, Aki-chan. Let's just do what we can right now. This has to be a yawning record. You're the only one here who knows this thing top to bottom. Keep it together. Yeah, but... Akio stares at the crouched Model 2. Then, she has what appears to be an epiphany. The parabolic antenna! What about it? That's the only thing we messed with after we made it crouch yesterday. One second, everyone. I've got a thing. One moment. Sorry about this. Boop. I'm back. Yesterday we moved the antenna to its waist so that we could get Model 2 to crouch down from a sleeping position. After putting the robot into standby, it was returned to the original position on its back. I might have made a wiring mistake. I'll go take a look. Akio immediately begins to climb atop the robot. What are you doing? Use the step ladder. I'm just taking a look. It'll be fine. Are you sure about that? I know the robot is crouching right now, but the antenna is still about 3 meters up from the ground. She could slip and fall at any moment. It's dangerous and it's making me nervous. I can hear laughter I can hear laughter from around me. Guests passing through the aisle are looking at Akio clinging to the robot's leg and snickering. Well, I figured this had happened. Anybody would look at the situation and chuckle. Akio reaches the parabolic antenna and starts to check the wiring. The three of us can only watch from below. Ah! What's wrong? Akio gives us an awkward smile, still clinging to Model 2. It's messed up. How so? The wiring. It looks like it's connected wrong. Weren't you the last one to touch it yesterday? Yup. It's all just a careless mistake. Good grief. How long will it take to fix? About 30 minutes. I'll hurry and get it done right now. I'm sorry, but can you three help? Mr. Candy's hired hands aren't here anymore. They were only brought in to help assemble the robot. Which means that during the expo, Akio is in charge of all maintenance. She has nobody she can turn to for help. I'm basically useless. Kai, go borrow a step ladder. A big one. She didn't even prepare one beforehand. Jeez, Akio. I head over to the expo staff area and ask to borrow a big step ladder. As I walk through the arena, step ladder in hand, guests grumble at me. I apologize and try to hurry back to our booth. But sadly, the venue is already filled with people. The wide aisles are totally packed. This is the first time I've seen so many people concentrated in one place. It's impossible to walk in a straight line while holding this thing. I'm constantly being touched on my shoulders and back by people I don't know. As someone who grew up on a small island, this is a hell of an experience. The only time things ever get this even close to this crowded on Tanegashima is during a festival. I hear the morning rush hours in Tokyo is ridiculous, but I've yet to experience that in my time here so far. There were lots of people at Robo 1 last year, but I was an entrant. I didn't have to fight through a crowd. Quite frankly, I just want to scream. I'm totally overwhelmed by this sea of human flesh. Meanwhile, nobody else seems remotely bothered by any of this. Tokyo's scary as hell. I thought as much last year, and that feeling has gone unchanged. Up until yesterday, it only took me 3 minutes to get to from the staff area to our booth. I've been walking for about 10 minutes and I'm not even halfway there. Can't even get in the direction I want to go. Sea of people moves in waves and currents. There's no pushing back against it. Plus, I'm carrying this step ladder to boot. Can't navigate through all of this. Which of course leads me to being pushed and dragged in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, I end up at a booth with a huge crowd in front of it. The Exoskeleton Company exhibit is absolutely packed. The hug incidents and lawsuits have caused the rep to drop hard, but they still command a lot of attention. Unlike a bipedal robot, Sumoragi is not piloted. Right now, the big spider-like hug at the booth called Sumoragi is wiggling its 6 legs around. It's actually kind of charming. Instead of being piloted, this 6-legged octopus-like machine is worn. When I first saw it, I thought it'd be more creepy in action, but I was totally wrong. How can a person with only 2 arms and legs move Sumoragi with its 6? How bizarre! The secret is the newly developed FOS, finger operating system, from our company. A companion girl holding a mic is explaining the control system near Sumoragi. The 6 legs on Sumoragi are all operated by the wearer's 6 fingers. This allows for an intuitive control despite the machine having 6 legs, and Misane is nowhere to be found today. Since coming to Tokyo, Akio and I have tried contacting her every day, but she hasn't responded once. Thought she'd at least show up for opening day, but as I stare vacantly at the spider robot, the people around me begin to get irritated. You're in the way. Crap, they're right. Wait, I gotta hurry back to the booth. Looks like I'm gonna have to force my way through. I push my way through the crowds of people apologizing along the way. Nearly 40 minutes have passed since rewiring on the parabolic antenna began. Repairs aren't going well. Akio is the only person who can fix it, and she's not as skilled as Subaru or Doc. And you call yourselves men. You're just sitting here watching Akio-chan work. Mr. Candy frowns and sighs. Right back at you, Uncle. President and Michi literally stand there with their mouths hanging open, watching Akio work from below. Little Sonomiya, we can see your panties. Ha 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 ha. No, you can't. I'm wearing a culotte skirt? Don't fucking know what that is. Listen up, little Sonomiya. This is a pro tip. Blah, blah, blah. Skirts have wide cuffs. At the right angle, you can see inside. Such a pervert, you dumb jerk. Good grief. If he's just going to bother, he might as well hand out booklets to people walking around. What am I doing? Moving the honorary press around in an attempt to draw people to our booth. But at the end of the day, it's just a hobby robot. Guess they're here to see giant robots. There are less and less people passing by, too. We've literally been the object of ridicule for the entire time. I feel like an eternity's worth of time has passed. If this is what we gotta deal with on the first day, the next half year is gonna be a real struggle. Ugh, I just want to go home. Or at least play some Kill Ballad. Hey! Huh? Literally from out of nowhere, a young guy I've never seen before runs up and kicks the honorary prez like a soccer ball. Hey, what the hell's your... But before I can finish complaining, the guy has moved on to his next course of action. He holds up a plastic bottle of mineral water and flings it at Model 2. The robot is over 5 meters away from me and the guest. The plastic bottle flies in a wide arc toward Akio working on top of the step ladder. Look out! Huh? The plastic bottle hits Akio, causing her to lose balance on the step ladder. She swings her hands around, tries to grab at the air, but ultimately ends up falling. Aki-chan! I rush over in a panic. Ow. Are you okay? Yeah, somehow. Ugh. Upon closer inspection, Michi is pinned beneath Akio. I guess he tried to catch her. Hell yeah, Michi! You're the best. Yo, you're heavy. Please hurry up and get off me. Sorry. Akio hurriedly stands up. She doesn't seem to have any major injuries. Did you hit your head or anything? Nope, I'm fine. Thank you for protecting me, Michi. Don't forget, I am a P teacher. P teacher? A PE teacher. Pro tip. It's not really a pro tip. Hey, who threw that plastic bottle just now? Mr. Candy's angry voice echoes throughout the area, my bad. The culprit flinches a little before angrily shouting back. It's your fault for building a robot modeled after a gun barrel. It's messed up. A bunch of people who made that anime died. Don't bring a robot from that awful show to the expo. Get out of here. Culprit says his piece, then rushes off. It's impossible to chase him after he slips into the crowd. It's kind of sad. I didn't think people hated Gun Barrel this much. It was only half a year ago it was hailed as a masterpiece. The robot isn't at fault. Aki-chan. Oh, sorry for making you worry. I'm almost done with the wiring. I'll finish it right away. Are you really okay? I swear I am. Michi saved my butt. So let's get this guy moving. Doesn't matter how much people hate Gunvero. We worked hard to make him. No matter what people say, we gotta hold our heads high and move it with pride. He once said, "It seems some energy has been released from a misguided mind." I don't really get what she's trying to say. Akio energetically climbs back up the ladder, breathing through her nose. Oh no. Oh, go grab Tanagashi Machine 3, Kai. Crap, that's right. The poor honorary prez rolled to the edge of the booth after getting kicked. One of its arms came off too. Jeez, what a crappy thing to do. I'll have Akio fix it later. I pick up the honorary prez and neatly put him away in his special case. Just as I finish, Akio waves at me from the step ladder. It's done. She's totally defenseless and barely balanced. Don't blame me if you get another bottle thrown at you. Jeez. Aki-chan, just get down. Akio climbs down and shoots me a small nod. Let's get ready to boot him up. I nod in response and open the Kill Ballad System app. I have control. Akio shoves the compact transmission gun into Michi's hand and goes to start the power generator. Alright, let's show them some real go kick some butt. Rise, Space Candy Robot. No, it's Gunvero Model 2. Don't sweat the details. Michi, start transmitting power. Why me? Michi whines, but nonetheless aims the transmission gun at the parabolic antenna and pulls the trigger. The laser fires from the end of the gun. Kai, boot up gun build 2. Aye. I switch the power on. Stretch. All the joints in Model 2 begin to creak alive. A video feed of inside the venue appears on my phone droid screen. I can see the other robots too. It's moving. The output is... Akio checks the telemetry on her own phone droid. Frau gave her the software. Output is normal. Whew, that's a relief. After completing her task, Akio rubs her eyes with the back of her hand. Then, after taking a big breath, she slaps both hands against her cheeks. I'm feeling super ultra crazy hyped right now. The time has come for us to show how cool and strong Gunvero really is. I'm not sure strong is the word I'd use to describe it. What? For real? Well, fine. Anyways, let's hurry and get it standing. Gotcha. Alright everyone, stand back! We distance ourselves from Model 2 and scatter to the edges of the booth. After putting some distance between me and the robot, I input the crouch command. If it's standing, this command gets it to crouch. If it's already crouching, it stands up. Alright, do as you're told, buddy. Model 2 keeps its balance, extends its knees, and slowly stands upright. The view on my phone droid expands. The arena is totally packed with people. I can clearly see over 10 other robots mid-performance. Act, etc. Kaiser-kun, the chest. Emphasize the chest, specifically my logo. There's no motion for that. I wish you wouldn't ask for the impossible of me. Michi, keep supplying it with power. Akio then picks up a mic and jumps onto the platform and starts talking to the guests walking by the aisle. Jim. That word. The Tanagashima Robot Club will now begin its performance. Yes, it's true that it's kind of bad timing to use Gunvero as the model for a large robot. But we still love Gunvero even now. If you feel the same way as we do, please watch our performance. Also, if you take a look at our robot through Iruo, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Akio then clears her throat and pauses for a moment. So first, let me explain what the gun build project actually is. It's the name of that the original founding members of our robot club originally gave the project about 9 years ago. It was originally called the Let's Build a Life-Size Gun Bam project, but it was soon decided that the robot would be designed after Gunveril, since it was airing at the time. It became the Let's Build a Life-Size Gunveril project instead. Standing before you is the life-size Gunveril Model 2. It was a long and hard journey to completion. We started as a humble student association with only a... Aki-chan, cut it short. Two guests had stopped watching Akio when she got up on the platform. Stopped to watch Akio when she got up on the platform, but they quickly left after getting bored. Let's hurry up and get this thing moving. What? But it'll have so much more impact after telling our tale of love and courage and glory. No, it won't. It really won't. I'm not feeling any impact at all, Akio-chan. What does she even mean by the tale of love and courage and glory? That sounds so corny. After looking dejected for a moment, Akio quickly regains her composure. If it's a performance you want, it's a performance you'll get. Alright. Ahem. Akio holds up the mic again. She poses exaggeratedly like Mr. Pleiades would, then shouts orders at Model 2. Gun Build 2, advance! So, that's how we're doing this. Got it. After receiving Akio's instructions, I quickly input the advice command. Model 2 walks forward. To the guests, it should look like the robots followed Akio's orders. Well, if there was an audience, that is. Next, Gun Build 2, turn 90 degrees. Crab walk. Despite taking it apart and reassembling it, Gun Build 2 moves smoothly just like it did when we tested it on the island. The electric motor gears are loud, making it significantly noisier than the hydraulic motors in the other robots. But that actually has the effect of making our robot sound more powerful. And indoors, the effect is markedly increased. People slowly begin to gather in front of our booth, perhaps drawn by the loud noises. I figured people would stop to look once our robot got moving. Daddy, look, that robot's super lame. Right? I want to go look at the Runo Company's robot. Want to go look at the Runo... Blah, 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 blah. Want to go look at the Runo Company robot again? Hey, come on now. Talk about straight to the point. Alright, to the kid over there who said it's lame. Akio starts talking directly to the little kid. Should she really be doing that? Maybe I should stop her. I look to Michi for help, but our delinquent teacher has his hands full just holding the transmission gun. Take a look at Gun Build 2 through Itaruo. Just give it a try. Gunveril's right there. Gunveril's a bad influence on children. I can't let my son see that. Wow, she's right. Gunveril is there. That's so cool. The father refuses to do as told, but the little boy pulls out his phone droid, takes a look, and starts cheering. Hey, Takashi! But Daddy, it's really cool. That's actually Gunveril. It's moving around. This is the first positive reaction we've gotten from the audience all day. Gun Build 2. Transition from Gekisai Daiichi into Blast of Spirit. According to Akiho, these are Model 2's alts, special motions programmed into the robot. She wants me to link them into a super combo. I guess she's not holding any cards back. Akio's totally on cloud 9. Sure, why not? The only person in the crowd enjoying himself is a little boy. But regardless, he's our first real guest we've gotten on our half-year journey. So while he may only be one person, I want to make sure he goes home satisfied. The special motions require more inputs than the basic ones, so the timing is a lot harsher. Up until the very end, Jenna was never able to do it. But she's an amateur. I'm the man ranked second place in the world at Kill Ballad. I can do command inputs like this with my eyes closed. No biggie. I tap the buttons at high speed. After receiving the command, Model 2 begins to move. It's not just walking. Gekisai Daiichi is a karate kata that Jin has been performing since she was a child. All we cut from the kata were the kicks. Model 2 turns to the left defensively, then transitions into a front punch. It then turns to the right and repeats the motion. After emitting the kick, it performs an elbow strike, sweep, and another front punch. For those motions, it follows those motions up with 2 left and right punches. This entire sequence of movements is registered to a single command. Even the Zanshin stance, while slightly awkward, is reproduced faithfully. It's apparently a fairly basic kata, but it's super impactful when a giant robot performs it. The punches in particular have a lot of force behind them, leading the boy in the audience to cheer in excitement. Once I've input a command, I can relax until it's time for the next one, so I take a moment. I look over at the father and son. The father, who's been so negative about gun barrels, now looking at Model 2 with his son, eyes glimmering. Kinda reminds me of Akio's old man. Same guy who had his 2 daughters inherit his love of robots and robot anime. In a way, he's the reason that Model 2 exists at all. Some adults never stop loving robot anime, no matter how old they get. Seeing this father and son follow the robot's movements together is heartwarming. I can't help but smile. Oh, stretch. Stretch. It's funny, I was so annoyed at how that dude threw the bottle earlier and made fun of our work. But now? Well, right now, I genuinely just want these 2 to enjoy themselves. Gekisai Daiichi's almost over, so I input the Blast of Spirit command after watching my timing. This is Model 2's most showy move. In the anime, Gunvarel sorties and then does its signature pose in front of the enemy. This motion basically represents Gunvarel itself. Akio pushed hard to get this programmed into Model 2, saying that anyone would get hyped up after seeing it. Storm and Surge! Akio shouts into the mic as Model 2 moves along. She even copies its poses. Blast of Spirit! Akio's movements are totally synchronized with Model 2. Gunvarel! But she's not the only one. Both the father and son are posing as well. Jackeen! Model 2's special motion comes to an end, accompanied with Akio's cry. Our first real guests take a commemorative photo afterwards. They grab a copy of the production journal and leave with smiles as we wave and see them off. Kai, we did it! Akio comes running over to me with a big smile and goes for the high five. I grin and respond in kind. We're still not getting many visitors. We're on the edge of the venue, so most guests end up going to the major centerpiece exhibits. I'd say out of the 100,000 expo visitors, we got about 500 guests who drop by to take a look at Model 2. But you know what? The expo's only just begun. We gotta keep moving forward, one person at a time. We knew from the start that we wouldn't be able to win against the high-budget robots from the major companies. That's why we just have to slowly and steadily crawl along. I mean, winning the Grand Prix might be a little difficult, but the fact that we're standing here at all is a miracle in and of itself. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another episode of Robotics Animal Crossing. I will see you all in 4 days, February 26th, for another episode of Robotics Animal Crossing. But until then, Nochio!